Okay, class, picking up where we left off at, we were writing this in a proportion. So we would have x over 8 is equal to, since x and 14 have proportional sides, we have 14 on the same level as x, and 8 and 10 are proportional, so they should be on the same level. So this will give us x times 10 when we cross multiply, and then 8 times 14. X times 10 is 10x, and is equal to 8 times 14 will give us 112. We divide each side by 10, then we will have x is equal to 11.2. And that would be the final answer. Okay, now we have 13. It says find the height of a tree that casts a 30-foot shadow. If I cast a 6-foot shadow, note I am 5 feet tall. So listen, this is what we would do. This is the person. They are 5 feet tall, and they cast a 6-foot shadow. Now, the height of the tree, we don't know, but it casts a 30-foot shadow. So what we're trying to find is the height of the tree. So now we would do this as a proportion. The height of the person divided by the length of the shadow is equal to the height of the person divided by the length of the shadow. So we would cross multiply. So we have 5 times 30 is equal to 6 times x. 5 times 30 is 150, and that equals 6x. Divide each side by 6, and we will have 25 is equal to x. So it's 25 feet. Okay, now we go to problem 14. It says Albert decides to attach a rope to an apple tree and stake the rope to the ground to keep the tree in a vertical position. His rope is 8 feet long, and he attaches it to the tree at a height of 5 feet. How far away from the bottom of the tree would the stake be? Okay, now we have the stake, which I guess I cannot draw a straight line. Let me do that. Okay. We have the stake, we have the ground, and we have the connector rope. Now they tell us that the rope is 8 feet long. The rope goes from the top here to the bottom. Now, it says here it attaches to the tree at a height of 5 feet. So that means this tree is 5 feet tall. So now we need to find this bottom portion here. We know this forms a 90-degree angle. So we have a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So a is 5, b we don't know, and c is 8. So we have 25 plus b squared equals 64. Subtract 25 on both sides, and b squared is equal to 39. Now you would take the square root of both sides. We'll put this in a calculator. So we have the square root of 39. And we'll round this to 1 decimal place. So it'll be b would be approximately 6.2. And that would be feet. So our answer here is b is approximately 6.2 feet. Now we come to 15. It says solve each percent problem. Give answers to problems that contain decimals as decimals, round to the nearest tenth, and give answers to problems that contain fractions as fractions. Don't forget to show how you set each problem up. Okay, we had 12.5% of what number is 512. We change this percent to a decimal. So we know we have to move it 2 places to the left, so it'd be 0.125. Of means multiplication. What number is x? Is equal, and 512 is 512. So we'll divide each side by 0.125. And we have x is equal to, so we'll take 512 divided by 0.125. And that will give us 4,096. So now we go here to B. It says 2.5 is mean equal what percent is X of its multiplication and 60 is 60. So we know here, since it said what percent, we know our final answer must be a percent. So we'll divide each side by 60. And we will have X here. And we would take 2.5 divided by 60. And that would give us 0.041 and repeat in sixes. Now, so we have 0.041 repeat in 6. Now remember, we want to round this here. And then we want to change this to a percent. To change this to a percent, we have to move this decimal 2 places to the right. So that'll give us 4 point. Now remember, we only want 1 digit behind the decimal. So because this 6 is next to the 1, that means that the 1 goes up 1. So it'd be 4.2% is approximately X. Now, we come here to C. Now we have 1/3 of a percent of 90 is what number? 1/3 of a percent is the same as saying 1/3 divided by 100 of its multiplication of 90 equals what number? Now one thing I want to tell you is this: whenever you have a fraction over a number, this is the same as multiplying the two denominators. So this will give you 1 over 300. Well, it's supposed to be times 90. Times 90 is equal to X. So we'll put 90 over 1. 1 times 90, we know is 90. And 300 times 1 is 300. Now we know 90 and 300 both has 10 in common. So we'll divide both by 10. And that will give us 9 over 30. Now 9 and 30 both has 3 in common. So we'll divide both by 3. And that will give us 3/10. So 3/10 is your final answer. Okay, now it says D, 5 1/3 is what percent of 40? So first of all, we'll change 5 1/3 to 16 over 3. Is mean equals what percent is X of its multiplication, and 40 is 40. Now we would divide each side by 40. So this will give us 16 over 120 is equal to X. Now we will put this in our, well actually we could simplify. Well, they asked us to write this as a percent. So we will have to take 16 divided by 120 in our calculator. And you notice here we have this long decimal. Now we want to round this to 1 decimal place. So if we move this 2 decimal places to make a percent, then we know this would be 13.3%, and it'll be approximately is equal to X. So that would be the final answer for D. Now we go to page 4, problem 16. It says a football team lost 10 out of 16 games in the season. What percentage of games did they win? Round to the nearest hundredth of a percent. Now, this is what we would have to do. First of all, they lost 10 of 16 games. They only played 16 games. So that means they only won 6 games. 6 games out of 16. So if they lost 10, then that means they only won 6. Now we want to write this as a percent. So you could take 6 divided by 16. Okay, now we have 0.375. Now it said round to the nearest hundredth of a percent. Now if we look here, we have to move this decimal 2 places. So this will end up giving us 37.5%. Okay, next we have 17. It says a summer camp has 126 children attending, which means the camp registration is 60% filled. What is the total number of children who could be registered? So basically we have 126 is equal to 60% or whatever the total amount is. Because we don't know what the total amount is, but we know 60% of that amount is 126. So we'll divide each side by 0.60. So we'll take 126 divided by 0.60. And that gives us 210. So 210 is the answer. Now we have 18. Michigan uses sales tax to raise revenue. How much money would be collected on a total sale of a television which costs $875 is the sales tax at 6%? Now remember, they want to know how much is collected on the total sale. Now just like I told you all before, if you just paid the $875, that'd be 100%. But if you pay an additional 6%, you're taking $875 and multiplying it by 106%, which would be 1.06. So we'll take 875 times 1.06, and that would give us a final answer of $927.50. Now remember, the reason why we do it this way is because they want the total sale. This is how much the person would pay total. Now, if they just wanted the sales tax, then you would have just took 875 times 0.06. Does everyone follow that? All right. Now we go to problem 19. It says, what are the sales price and the discount rate for a camcorder that regularly sells for $559.97 and is being discounted $80? Round discount rate to nearest 0.1%. Okay, so first of all, the sales price. We would just take $559.97 and subtract $80 from it. That would be the sales price. So let's see. So this would give us $479.97. Now that takes care of the sales price. Now we want to know what the discount rate is. So this is what we would do. We would take the $80 and we would divide that by the original amount, because we want to know what the discount rate is. So it's $80 of the $559.97. So we'll take 80 divided by 559.97. And that would give us, they want us to round to the nearest 0.1%. So that'll give us 14.3%. That is the discount. So this is, both of these here are both of your answers. Are there any questions on problem 19? Okay, problem 20. A dress originally cost $57, but the price has been reduced to $33. What was the percent decrease in the price? So now, this is what we do. The percent decrease. We'll take the larger value minus the smaller value divided by the original value. Because remember, percent decrease is never negative. So 57 minus 33 will give us 24. So it'd be $24 over $57. So we could take 24 divided by 57. And that will give us, if you notice here, they want us to round to the nearest percent. So this will give us 42%. So that's your percent of decrease is 42%. Now we come to 21. A salesman gets 8% commission on sales. If his commission for the month of January was $1,850, what were his sales? So we would take our $1,850, which would be the commission, and that's equal to the commission rate, which is 8%, times the amount of sales that this person had. So now we need to solve for x, so we'll divide each side by 0.08. And then we will put that in our calculator. So we had 1850